Hello, welcome to my kitchen. It's time for lunch, and today we are going to make a wrap. I'm going to show you how. It's super easy, and you'll be surprised at the delicious wraps you can make that surpass anything that you could get at a deli. All you need are the right ingredients and the Pampered Chef tools. Let's get started. Okay, you see I have here my favorite cutting board, and what we're going to be using is a 10-inch whole wheat organic tortilla, and then I have a few other ingredients that we'll be using. We have an onion, we have some broccoli, a carrot, and some bell peppers in here. So the first thing you want to do with your tortillas, you need to have some kind of a glue that's going to hold all of the ingredients onto the tortilla. So I'm taking my 2-cup prep bowl, and I'm going to take approximately 1/3 cup of this sour cream. I'm going to put that in my bowl, and this probably will be enough for 2 of these, but we'll get that started. And then the other thing I like to do is just to do like a heaping tablespoon of some mayonnaise, and I put that in there. And then for seasoning, all you need is a really good flavor, such as the bell pepper rub, and Pampered Chef has many different gourmet rubs, and this happens to be one of my favorites. It's versatile. I use it in soup, and I use it right here in my wrap. So, you can decide if you want one or if you want more. I'm going to be a little bit generous here today because I want a lot of flavor. I'll stir that in, and the moisture of the sour cream and the mayonnaise will help release those wonderful flavors of the bell pepper rub. So we have that together. I'm just going to set that aside, and now I'm going to prep my veggies. There are certain basic veggies that I use in every single wrap, and that would be an onion. A red onion is excellent. I happen to have a white onion on today. A cucumber, that's essential. Then you could have something such as some mini sweet peppers or a whole bell pepper. You could also use some fresh broccoli, or you could even use a carrot. Now, you don't want to use too many ingredients because you'll stuff your wrap so full that you won't be able to roll it. So just keep that in mind. In order to slice the cucumber and the onion, I am going to use the simple slicer. This gets used almost every single day in my kitchen. I want to tell you just a couple things about it. It has 3 adjustable levels. So right now it is in the lock position, which makes it safe for dishwashing or in your dishwasher. And you can slide it to number 1, which is going to be super thin, number 2, or number 3, which is approximately 1/4 inch. So for my cucumbers and my onion, we're going to go with super thin, because when you make a wrap, if you have your cucumber sliced too thick, it's just not going to roll. Now this has a guard on it, and so I will put the guard on right here, and the food holder. So what I need to do is I need to cut my cucumber so that it fits. So I'm going to use 2 pieces here, and I'm going to put it in here like this. Just set them in. I could put another one in there if I wanted to. Okay, let's go ahead and do it. Here we go. Set the food pusher on top, and then you can either hold this over a bowl, and you can see the grooves that will grip the side of a bowl, or you can just hold it at an angle. So now I want to go ahead and slice these, and you'll just see how super easy this is to do. Look at those beautiful slices. And did you see how easy that was? So I'm going to take these out since I'm not making enough for an army today. And now I'm going to use my onion, which actually is super sized. So I'm just going to cut a portion of this off, set that aside, and then I will put, whoops, it's still too big. Put that piece in here, and then I will do the same thing. I will use the food holder and the pusher, and again, I'm using level 1 because I'm going to get my super thin slices. And onion tastes so much more delicious when it is super thin on a sandwich. So there you can go. You can see how incredibly thin and wispy these are. We'll set that aside. Now, the other thing that I can use is I can either put some chopped carrot or some mini bell peppers. So you can see I've got color going on here. Because remember, we eat first with our eyes, and of course we're going to get more nutrients when we have more than one color. So I'll go with the sweet mini bell peppers here today, and these have hardly any seeds in them, so I'm actually not even going to worry about those. I'm just cutting this into 3 pieces, and then I will take my next cutting tool, the food chopper. The food chopper has a 5-year guarantee, and you will love this. I have customers who have had their food chopper for many, many years. It gets used over and over again. The guard screws right off, and again, this is all dishwasher safe, and then the guard for the blades comes off like this, and then it opens up for easy cleaning. So to put it back together also is super quick. And the thing about the food chopper is that every time you push on the handle, the blades are coming and making a quarter turn. Do you see that? So that's how it is going to chop effectively on your cutting board. So you can do this right on your cutting board, and I'm just going to do really quick, short bursts of this, and that's how you get your best cuts. So here we go. So there we have some beautiful cuts right here. I'll show them to you. They're nice and small, which is what I want for my wrap. And I will do the other one as well. Okay, we have that also done now. I will set that aside. So what else do we need in our wrap? How about a little bit of broccoli? Not too much, but just a little bit. We want to eat really healthy today for lunch. So if the stalk of the broccoli is not too hard or thick, you can actually use that. You just chop it up really fine. And if it is on the tough side, you can use the serrated peeler and peel it off. Now this, because broccoli florets get a bit messy, I'm going to go ahead and chop this right in the lid of the chopper. Put it on, and again, short, quick bursts. Okay, I think that looks great. I'll show it to you. Doesn't that look good? So we've got our players pretty much lined up here. The last thing that we're going to use are some sprouts. I don't have to do anything to them. These alfalfa sprouts will just add some wonderful flavor and nutrition to our wrap. You could also use any kind of lettuce that you have. You could use baby romaine or regular romaine. You can use baby spinach. And you would chop that really fine. So now we're going to take our tortilla. Now the key to the wrap is that you want to spread your sauce on, which I call the glue, and you want to make sure that you do not spread it all the way to the edges. So you can see I'm going to do it a little over 3/4. So we'll put this on, bring it pretty close to the edges. That looks pretty good, and ooh, look at that bell pepper rub. It's looking delicious in there. So we have left a section right here, and the reason for that is because when I start to roll it, the ingredients will push forward, and if I haven't left that space there, they will ooze right out of the wrap. The other thing that you could do on here, if you wanted to, if you want to add some grated or thinly sliced cheese, you could do that as well. But today we are doing strictly a veggie wrap. So what goes on first? I usually like to use my finely chopped veggies first. So I will just sprinkle these on. Wow, that green looks so delicious. This is going to be so good. And then I've got my red bell or my mini sweet peppers. I'll take these using the handy scraper here and sprinkle those on as well. And you can see the colors are starting to burst right here on our wrap. Next, I will go ahead and use some of my onions and put that on, and you can put them on according to taste. Because these are really thinly sliced, I actually like quite a few of them. So does my husband, so there we go. So now you can take your really super thin cucumber slices and you can put these on, and I usually just put them all over. I just cover up the whole thing. And then at this point, you could just go ahead and roll it up, but I find that raw veggies really burst with more flavor when I add a little bit of salt. So I'm using the salt grinder with some pink Himalayan rock salt, and I'm just going to sprinkle this on, and if I wanted to, I could also do a little bit of pepper. So, did you see how quick and easy that was? Super quick and easy, and of course so delicious and nutritious. So now I'm going to just start rolling it on this side just as tightly as I can, and you can see as I'm going the veggies are pushing forward, aren't they? So when I get to the end, there will be veggies all the way to the edge of the wrap. So there it is, tightly wrapped. At this point you can cut it in half or you can cut it in thirds. We'll go ahead with thirds here today. Cutting it at a little bit of an angle is a nice thing to do. And so at this point you can set it on your plate. Let me grab one here. You can set it on your plate and serve it to your guests or to yourself and enjoy it. And while you're at it, how about a little bit of a garnish of some beautiful grapes? So there you go. There's your healthy lunch, a wrap made with all these delicious foods. And Pampered Chef has made it easier and so much fun.